check the YouTube side of things. Hey, testing, 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Hey folks, welcome back. It's UI again. Today we are finally, after weeks of delays, starting our Cathay modded campaign. Oh, let me tell you, it's been a wild few weeks. But I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad to finally be getting started again. So, as you'll notice, we're not starting, in fact, on the campaign screen, but on the loading screen. And that's because there is going to be a lot of text boxes. We're playing Miao Ying's campaign, and I can't remember which mod it is that does this, but it gives a lot of quests, choices, and a lot of stuff. You'll see when we get into the campaign, but let's just jump in. As you can see, a dilemma kind of popped in there for a second already.
Show courage, show harmony,
so this is going to be one of our slower campaigns.
This is the Cathayan way.
I'm going to be spending minutes at a time reading dialogue, because there's a lot going on. We start right off the bat with our first dilemma. War under heaven. Basically, this is teaching you about one of the new mechanics. Basically, provincial units. The various regions and the various provinces and the various factions all have their own units attached to them. You can either choose to not use them or use them. We're going to use them, of course, since, you know, part of this is to showcase these mods in their fullest, or as full as I can in the campaigns. So this little dialogue box tells you where you can get these units from. Nangao's got the northern forces, Shenyang has the western forces, Lizhu has the eastern forces, Fuhang has the southern forces. There's also a few other forces out there as well you can get your hands on, but we'll get into those when they come up. Use special units, 8 dynasties ablaze, capture provinces and capitals to get access to the various units from around the provinces. Simple enough. Now we come on to yet another dilemma. I told you we were going to have a few of these. The Battle of Weijin. Fire and ash fly, illuminating the night. The rebellion of the king of Nanyang has... I'm going to have to do a lot of these. I practiced some of these last night. And, oh boy. Nanyang has opened the gates for chaos on the Celestial Empire. He was once among the greatest generals of the Empire, having quelled the rebellions of various warlords for the Celestial Empire. But now his military might has been directed at the capital. Former comrades have turned against each other. Brothers in arms have drawn their swords against one another. In other words, it's another Chinese civil war. I'd say I'm surprised, but I've done enough reading of history to not be. Half of the provinces in the northern border have already responded to the call of this rebellious gang, vowing to overthrow the dynasty of the Dragon Emperor and his descendants. As you can see, there's 4 paragraphs to go through. I'm going to leave that first one for now, so we can actually get into playing the game. But just know, there are a lot of these dialogue boxes when you play through, and all of them are meant to, what's the word? Give context to the narrative that this campaign sets up. So we'll choose the option on the left here. This one gives sort of background and some information that you need to get through the campaign. In the north, the Celestial Loyalists and Imperial Warrants have become proper sort of major factions, starting with major settlements. And you'll be given dilemmas to help build your relationship or harm your relationship with them. You'll get major events as time goes on, various dilemmas. And, as you unite the Cathayan Empire, you'll get more bonuses and buffs. If you start losing more of it, you'll take debuffs. Simple as. You earn a new currency called feats that we'll see more later. I'll explain it when we get to it. And there is a final battle at round 58. And again, we'll explain more of that when we get to it. Alrighty. Northern Provinces, the Imperial Dragon of the North. So this is one of the multiple sort of storylines going through with this narrative campaign. With Miao Ying in specific being, of course, the Bastion and the rebels in the north, and eventually taking an expedition north. So I'll give the rundown on this. You've got Kurgans to the north, Chaos Warriors to the north, rebels in your own province, and there's clearly somebody behind the rebels. Perfect. Of course, the typical how to play. Nothing's really changed there. And your typical first mission. Defeat your initial enemy.
I will make my father proud.
So we start here with two heroes, an alchemist,
of Shangyang.
and a new legendary hero, Feng Wenzi, the lunar strategist.
Enemies.
Let's take a quick look at him here.
Everywhere.
He's got a fantastic model. Mod author did a fantastic job on that. He's even got his own little unique title here. Lunar Law Minister. I love it. Moving over here, we can see he is a wizard of the lore of heavens. He's also got quite the extensive personal line. And a few extra skills down below here. He's got some decent mounts. War Horse, the Wuzing War Compass, which is actually a fantastic mount. And Yuyan. Simple enough. He gets 2 quest items. Both of them are pretty good. Buffs to provinces growth, control, and building. Going beyond that, of course, there's the Alchemist over here. If we were playing with the Legendary Characters mod as I originally planned, this would actually be a stealthy sniper character instead, which I actually do prefer to a degree. But unfortunately, Stratovarius, I believe is how you pronounce his name, never updated the Legendary Character mod last week. So, the mod does cause CTDs at the moment. So we won't be playing with it. It is still in the Steam collection that you can find in the description if you do want to play with it. But just remember, legendary characters will crash the game at the moment. So try not to use it if you are planning to play along. Moving over here, we've got Nangao, of course. Lots of landmarks to eventually build up. Everybody who's ever watched me play before knows I love my landmarks. We will be ignoring most of them in the beginning, since your economy is very weak.
Metal is mine to command.
Especially since, you know what, I'll save the spoilers for a little bit. Just know that the intro for this quest, or this campaign, the AI cheats a lot. In fact, it cheats so much that I've decided to cheat myself a little bit for this one. We'll go here to the recruit characters, and after the end of the first turn, we'll be getting this guy. Wang Wei. And it's mostly because I want his trait crafty. You are going to need to do a lot of ambushing in the first 10 turns, so be prepared for that. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get any crafty regularly, and I didn't feel like resetting the campaign over and over till I got it. So, that's just how it's going to be.
Heaven's servant.
So we'll add our heroes into our army here.
Be mine.
I will rid them of all.
One thing I didn't show yet is Miao Ying herself has gotten... Well, unfortunately I'm not playing with higher resolution textures. I'm running a few too many mods for that right now. But, she gets a pretty nice reskin, all things considered. Of course, Singe's Lord skills over here. Always a good option. Bunch of items have been added to her. New item set bonuses. Some of the items are really good. Some of them are pretty alright. But, we can move on from there, and finally, move on to our first battle.
The Storm Dragon.
So our initial army is pretty weak. If you saw some of the screenshots I posted earlier, you would have seen this first battle already. But we're gonna play through it regularly anyways. As you'll notice, we do have some new starting units. These are those provincial units I mentioned before. They're alternative versions of the units that already exist within the game. Over here you see Jade Warriors, Peasants, more Peasants, versions of the Celestial Crossbows. These are the northern variants. Every version around the various Cathay provinces has their own versions. Some of them better than others, but it does help add a little bit of flavor to the various campaigns. Oh, I didn't check what trait our alchemist got. It's probably not too big of a deal.
The celestial
Move that over there, that over there, that
in
over
harmony.
there.
Warriors, stone and steel.
As you'll notice, all of our starting units are actually missile units.
The Emperor expects glory. Never conquered.
So, it's a good way to start. You're playing with a lot of mixed units, kind of more like Cathay in that sense.
Mage of the Celestial Court.
But, they're all pretty decent. The peasants won't be sticking around for long, of course, as you also get a bunch of new, units that are going to end up in your Regiment of Renown pool. Some which are good, some which are bad. You'll see when we get to them. Shit, I entirely forgot to take a look at that, man. No, I haven't gotten a chance yet. I was so worried about the 6.3 drop, I completely forgot. Oh. 6.3 has been a bit of a worry for me.
Ready to defend.
And, of course, my worry was made right when I found out that certain mods hadn't been updated in time for campaigns, and I didn't want to put Cathay off any further. I had spent all weekend debating whether I was going to put this off to Wednesday.
You know what you have to do!
Just to wait for Stradivarius. I think it's Stradivarius. To drop his mod. In the end, we ended up, or I ended up just deciding to start without Stradivarius' mod. Still not sure if that was the best idea, but we'll find out as things go on. I want to focus our longest range missiles on their back line. Use that over here.
Celestial Sorcerer.
No, we won't bother spending that magic. Let's see. Didn't really get to our front line good. Now all the rest of our range will just focus on him. We can kind of just speed up from here. Very good. Try to let our boys get a little bit more XP out of this. Yeah, that's all they're getting? Perfect. So the starting army we have isn't bad, as you can see. It's quite good, actually. But it will get a lot better as we move through the narrative. Of course, you haven't even started to see what the enemy armies get to start with. It is, does get a little crazy. Ooh. Get some music on. There we go. Alrighty. So we'll park captives for the extra money.
Mercy of the
Because our
storm.
economy is going to get very weak very quickly. And you'll see what I mean when we get to the next few turns.
The storm
For now, we can
dragon.
move on to Nanli.
For Nangao.
She's all good loving us. She's all good loving us. Okay. Center them a little
wind
better.
blows.
There we go. Let the enemy come to us.
Show courage, show harmony, and show unity. This is the Cathayan way.
Now, you think starting with a sky junk in any way would be a little bit overpowered? Considering it is a very good artillery piece, but you are going to need that sky junk very quickly.
Dragon Guard! Attack in unison!
For the Emperor.
Let's see. Who do I want to use this on? We'll use on the Jade Warriors.
Might of Gaira.
And while they're slowed, what we can do is we can hit them with that. Very nice. Very nice.
For the defense.
Oh, I don't even want to think about Sigmar's heirs right now. Every time I think about Sigmar's heirs, it always comes back to the Karelbergs. I could probably get over it by now. I've played a few campaigns with Sigmar's heirs recently, just to see how it would feel. And I'm still so unhappy with the Karelberg change. Which sucks, because the mod is so nice. It makes some great changes to the Empire, but the Karelberg change annoys me. Deathland. Oh. That's a great alternative. Honestly, I'll probably get to Deathland soon. We'll have to see. I'd like to get to it before October, personally, because October I've already got a few things lined up. It's spooky month, so I've got a few spooky well, not so much spooky, but more undead-themed mods to try out. I've got a one-off Return to Nagash, but with a few other mods added in to really expand out the undead roster. But, again, that'll be something to explore when we get into October.
The defensive
We're only in, what,
parameter
the
expands.
second week of September now? Oh, this year's gone by quick. Okay. So,
storm
Miao Ying will grab Route Marcher, of course.
The
Always one of the
majestic
first skills you want to
defender.
grab. Grab Harmonic Convergence.
Miao Ying.
And increase mobility. And then over
favored
here, we will
daughter.
grab that unit I talked about before.
Celestial General.
There we go. Now, the reason we want him
Celestial
is,
General.
of course, for crafty. Basically, it's the Empire's cunning, but you get poison attacks, increased ambush, and defense.
I stand
Over
apart.
here, the units we're going to want to grab are these Jade Bastion Guards, which are the replacement for Jade Warriors. I don't think D-Land would be part of an Empire Mega campaign. Not only that, but I kind of put the idea of an Empire Mega campaign on the shelf at the moment. Mostly due to some mod incompatibility issues. Unironically, the problem
To your
is Sigmar's
exercises.
heirs.
I will not have a day wasted.
And unironically, it also has to do with the Carobergs. Because all my problems seem to come back to the Carobergs right now. But I'll explain that issue probably in a post someday, instead of, ranting about it on stream more than I already have.
All Cathay will benefit.
If there was a way to
Warden of
play
the Great
Sigmar's heirs
Bastion.
with that change revoked, I could easily do the Mega Mod campaign for the Empire, but yeah, I'd probably do D-Land as its own one-off of its own. Or maybe just give it a campaign of its own. We'd have to see down the line how it plays. Let's see. Now, I'd like to get Nangao up as quick as possible, so we'll grab the growth buildings. We'll leave that building in place for now.
I hope one day.
Got the
to
units
see
I
the
want
world
over here.
as
Can't get anything out of that
unbound.
yet. And we'll grab the control building. Actually, instead of doing that, we'll grab this. There we go.
So many dragons. Though it is forbidden to talk.
We can ignore the outpost for now. So, much like the, Chaos Dwarfs, we've actually got the, mod that reworks caravans. So, as you can see, the caravans not only start with actually decent units, so that they're not going to be killed off immediately by anyone you end up at war with, but, you end up with some pretty decent high-tier units as well. You've got this one here that starts off with Amethyst units from the Empire. A fantastic choice. Plus some decently high-ranking, Cathay units. Over here, we've got this one here that starts with veteran units. So you get some Sky Junks. Again, a very fantastic, Cathayan unit. And some high-ranking, units for Cathay. The one I am going to go with, though, since I don't get to use them very often because I don't play Wisland and Nuln, is the Shangyang Ties. So we'll recruit that. And we'll send it to Erengrad. And you'll see why in a little bit.
We are trained to
Going forward, we can end our turn. And once we get to the next turn, the narrative really starts to kick off. Did I close my window again? Yeah, I'm gonna open that. Give me 1 sec. Oh no, there are Mongols up north as well, thanks to one of the more recent mods, the Hung Tribes, I think it's called, which adds essentially Mongols north of the Great Bastion. So yeah, we've got actual Mongols now. It's gonna be fun. Ugh. Let's get this window open before I boil myself to death. There we go. Ooh.
I bear
Oh, hey, one of our first dilemmas for our caravan is, do we want more cannons, or do we want... You know, we'll go with the Jade Lancers. Here we go. Establishing order and chaos. My lord, news has come in from Wei Jin that the Emperor's Chosen has achieved a great victory, decisively defeating 3 allied forces that Han Chen relied on, causing the coalition to scatter like vermin. The king of Nanyang has already fled back to Po Mei. According to the soldier on the front lines, Yu Jian arranged his troops along the cliff and personally led the Imperial Guards into battle against the coalition forces that outnumbered them several times. The allied forces were in chaos, while Yun Jian stood firm and unmoving. However, the Dragon Guards on both flanks could not withstand the relentless assault of the rebel forces and were forced to retreat. Seeing the situation, Han Cheng immediately commanded the army to advance, coming to encircle the Imperial Guards in one swift motion. Once he beheads Yun Xian, the Celestial Court's army armies would I forgot this is translated. Therefore, some of this isn't going to be perfectly accurate. And the rebel forces would take the capital without a fight. How could Yun Xiang be matched by mere mortals? Although Han Chen was exceptionally brave, even with 2 other great generals advancing together, they could not gain a single advantage. Seeing that swift victory was becoming increasingly difficult, the rebel forces on both flanks grew more and more chaotic in their pursuit. He hurriedly mounted his horse, directing the pursuing army to regroup, but unexpectedly a massive logma cavalry descended from the cliff, blocking out the sun, and seemingly retreating Dragon Guard seized the opportunity to reorganize the formation. In that instant, the tide of battle shifted. Han Cheng's forces collapsed. Although the battle was won, the defending army of the Celestial Court suffered heavy losses. The Dragon Guard were only pretending to retreat. They were truly on the verge of collapse under the assault of the rebels. However, since Han Chen has lost the battle, he is unlikely to have another opportunity to defeat the heavens. The wheels are turning. And as you can see, Act 1. That's right. Much like the old Total War games, we're getting chapter objectives again. And let me tell you how much I have missed this concept in these games. For those of you who didn't see my Rome campaign, the one-off we did for Total War Rome 2, I miss campaign objectives. I miss having things to work towards, side objectives. I like completing them. They're a lot of fun. And I'm glad it was a real surprise when I found this in the mod, and I'm so glad it's here. Because it gives me things to work towards in my campaign besides just the victory objective. I love it. There is no choice. The Dragon Emperor in the Celestial Court. The voice of the Moon Empress is dying out. Evil is coming and discourse spreading. The heavens are screaming out. Who will save the crumbling empire? Forces of chaos have become even stronger. Quests have been assigned to your faction. Complete at least one to avoid falling into crisis in the next act. So you'll be given, I think it was, 2 objectives, one of which has to be completed before the 18-turn timer is over, or you take massive penalties. So we begin Act 1. And you can see, we've got to defeat 20,000 enemies, we get this treasury, or we can have 4,000 income. Either way, we've got to complete one of these. You're going to get a lot of missions popping up. I think there's like 23 by the end of this turn. Because one of the other mods I have adds a bunch of legendary lords, mostly related to the dragons. And they all have these little missions attached to them. So our first one is to capture Po Mei, which we're going to need to do anyways when defeating the rebels. Nothing else came up this turn, so we'll probably see them pop up in the next turn. Miao Ying has a second level up to do, and this time we can start moving down her magic line.
The Bastion's defense requires it.
Her magic is going to be quite useful, especially when we get to the magic for speed, as it's going to allow us to hunt down enemies or keep specific parts of the enemy army from catching up with the rest of them, so we can isolate certain units.
Ready to defend.
Moving over here, we'll be taking our first step into the enemy's main province. against Gonming
Other
Ouyang. I think that's how you pronounce that last part, but we'll
The
see.
Storm Dragon.
Says it's going to be a Pyrrhic victory,
Might of
but
the
we'll see what
storm.
happens. We'll bring in
among warriors.
Heng Wei to assist. Over here in Nangao, we will continue to upgrade our growth. We can also finally get rid of this building over here, since we'll no longer be recruiting from this province. Let me give you an idea how much I've played this one. I've been trying out a few other mod lists recently as well. Display all saves. I haven't gotten very far in any of these campaigns because things get really chaotic really quick. And when I say chaotic, I mean you will see when we get to it. Moving down here. This one only got 8 turns in. This one got 16 turns in. Mostly because I'm trying to get the introduction down. But you will see how quickly this campaign
Emperor
gets
loves you.
both on and off the rails at the same time.
For Nangao,
So we'll come over here, we'll fight our first real enemy. The rebel lords of Nanyang with Gunming Ouyang and the settlement garrison. God, it took me 31 minutes to get just to here. Fuck. Oh, this is going to be a long campaign, I have a feeling. I mean, at least we only have to really get up to about 58 turns before the campaign sort of comes to a close. Although we'll probably do some map painting after that as well. We'll see. Can I just say, I love this new portrait for Miao Ying. It gives her softer features while still maintaining that stern look she's supposed to have. It's very well done.
Warrior crossbows!
So we'll put these guards on the edge over here
Never
to keep our back archers from being flanked.
warp stone and steel.
Taking a look at their army here. It's not too bad. They got some peasant archers on the back. Jade warriors, peasant long spearmen. Some clan bannermen. Those are a unique unit added in these mods. So we'll take a look at them over here. Turn off the UI for a second. Look at these boys. You can see all the love that was put into this mod and these sorts of units. Coming over here, of course, you got more Jade Warriors. Coming over here, you got the Clan Guard. Another one of those unique units. And we're going to see a lot more of these sorts of units as the game goes on. We didn't take a look at them last time, so this time we will take a look at these Northern Province variants of the Jade units. Over here, these ones are the Garrison Blades. These are your replacement for your peasants. Pretty simple looking units, but I really do love the red and onyx design to them. It is... Coming over here, you get some, I think these are the Celestial crossbows. You can see the gold accents, the jade embedded in their armor. It's a nice design. Over here we can get a closer look at our new hero over here. Of course, the alchemist.
Stone and steel!
That's fair enough. Yeah, this is Miao over here. She looks a lot better than she does on her character screen. All things considered. Moving over here, of course, more of those peasants. And these are your sort of Jade Warrior replacements. I like the nice banners they've got. It's a very nice design.
For the immortal dragon!
No change to the sky junk, so we can just move on from there. We've got our ally coming in on the side over here after 2 minutes, but we probably won't need his help. Start deployment. We want to use the sky junk to start aiming at their back line, as our front line is going to be able to hold out pretty well, all things considered. Can I just say, I love this guy's weapon. I know he's a more generic character, but I just love that weapon. Okay, fire on there. We've done enough damage to that unit. Let's see.
Mistress of storm, master of tempest.
We want to face their back line with our own back line.
Stone and steel! Restore order! Praise the dragon!
I'm just gonna turn that over that way. We want Miao Ying to deal with him. We want to use that like that. We want to use that on the edges over here.
Thoughts in harmony!
Warriors!
The celestial
Fire that over there.
Dragon God!
Fire that over there.
Celestial sorcerer!
sorcerer of secrets.
Mage
We
of the
want to
celestial
use him
court.
to sort of hold these in place, because we're going to want to hit them with our Searing Doom. Now we can fire that over there. Now you should be slowly weakening this guy over here. We can activate our buff to let our front line hold out a little bit better.
My path is known.
Defend the realm.
Now that our back line's a little better protected, we can start turning our focus back to our front
Shaper
line.
of steel.
My test begins.
Use that over there to let them fight better.
Ready to defend.
Don't let them get into position.
Power is absolute.
Use that over there.
Warriors!
We pull these this way. We can fire them into the back of this unit here.
Ready as always.
How are we doing for magic? We're getting close. We've actually got quite a bit. I thought we had less than that.
Celestial general.
Stone and steel.
Okay, we can fire that over there.
Jade warriors!
Execute them.
Praise the dragon!
Kind of left that open a little bit over
For the
there.
defense!
My bad.
Shen Yang's faithful!
If we turn them to melee and then bring them over like that, we can do that. Let's see. Fire that over there. Fire that over there.
The celestial daughter. My elixirs are ready. Shang Yang's fury.
We'll use this like that.
Behold, metallurgy
Use this
of
like
lich.
that. There we go. That should strengthen our lines a little
Never
better.
conquered.
Never
You want to keep
conquered!
the Sky Junk focused on their back lines for the most part, because you're going to want them to fully retreat ASAP. Like that. Oh, there we go.
For the Emperor! Attack in
And don't be afraid to
unison!
get some extra XP out of this where you can.
With joy, Shen Yan's faithful! Celestial fury!
Grand
Fight as a one!
There we go. There we go. That's what I want to see. Alright, we can move on now. Okay. Put that up over there. Ooh. Oh. I just realized I've never set up today's poll. You know what? We'll worry about it next episode. It's not a big deal. Besides, we're going to have lots of these, and I'm going to have to keep coming up with polls for them. So, we'll leave that for today.
It has the honor of joining Cathay.
I want to battle against a Jade Warrior, plus the recruitment for Jade Warriors. Very nice.
The Storm Dragon.
You want to make use of every unit you can get your hands on.
Serve me. Serve the Emperor.
So, let's see. We will grab... let's see. Let's start with Storm of Shadows, so we can get that cooldown to it. And we're also going to want Missile Mirror. Missile Mirror, of course, redirect projectiles back to the firing unit. Target an enemy. Simple. Coming over here, of course, we're going to want Euron's Thunderbolt. Very good early game spell. Yeah, we'll put 2 points into Searing Doom.
A great day, but let us avoid hubris.
Let's see. We'll grab 2 of these Garrison Spear Archers, which is, of course, a replacement for Peasant Archers. They cost a little bit more, but they are a far superior unit to their counterparts. As you can see, pretty much better in every stat. And for only about a 8 upkeep difference, absolutely worth taking him. Over here, Hengwei is going to get his Route Marcher finally.
With that, I would lead more effectively.
And so here we have the military promotion feature.
This victory
You might have noticed we've been
mine,
collecting these
but
things called
all
feats.
Cathay's.
You spend them, and you get buffs for your units. Simple enough if you ever played with any of those unit upgrade mechanics. Not every unit does get the unit upgrades. A lot of your regiments of renown will, but a lot of your base units will. Moving on.
Of the Great Bastion.
We're actually going to want to take this out, because we're going to want to replace it with a military building. Because this is going to be... We're going to be stuck here for a few turns. I will let you know now. We are going to be stuck in the Deadly Tongue Tower region for probably 2 to 3 turns. So we'll want to start building up our army while we can. Taking a look.
Of the divine.
Diplomacy is not really our strong suit early on. But as we reunite the North, we'll have a little more bargaining power. We can move on to the next turn now. Oh, and be prepared to see dilemmas and story events pretty much every turn. Which is why I said this is going to be a long campaign. It's going to be a lot of me reading. I will try to shorten and paraphrase things here and there where I can, but there is going to be a lot where I just can't avoid reading it out because there is just so much going on in the text. What the hell? Why did it stop? Did it... Are you fucking with me? Why did it crash? I've never had it crash before. I've played this on multiple... Okay, let's try this again. Okay, continue campaign. Oh... Ooh. Moors, forces out Templars. Ulrich made a before the flame. Ulrich at Nunheim, they would banish his Aesol, perish crying yet. God, I always forget how weird Slaanesh really is. Especially when you compare his new lore to his old lore. Old lore Slaanesh was a fucking freak. In like every sense of the word. So, we're gonna zoom in here and try to figure out what the hell fucking crashed. Okay, it didn't crash this time. It's good news. I think there was another crash. Come on. Don't be doing this to me now. Okay, if it's gonna keep crashing like this, what we'll have to do is we'll have to go back a turn, replay the battle, and then try the end turn again. It is always in... Pull up the Steam Workshop here. Did anything get updates within the last day? Actually, I was playing this morning. Anything that got updated shouldn't really have been a problem. Yeah, no, the last one got updated yesterday. So it's just hitting a snag somewhere. The question is where it's hitting the snag. Okay, so instead of continue campaign, we'll head to the main menu. Try to go back through older saves and figure out what the hell's happening. Okay. Skip all that. Campaign. Since I don't know what the issue was, the other option is to jump back to the previous autosave on turn 1. Which is usually the safer option than the quick save. We'll try the quick save and see what happens. Come on, load game. I know I'm running a... Actually, I'm not even running that decent of a number of mods this time around, I don't think. Yeah, there's one way to find out. Profile... Workshop items, collections... I think it should give me a number of how many I'm running. No, it doesn't. Oh, yeah, 37. Well, technically 35. Yeah. I don't want to play the battle out again, but we don't really have much of a choice. Alright, here we go. Okay. So, you know what? To try something different this time, we're going to start up in the rice paddies over here. Let the enemy come to us.
Jade warriors!
We'll make use of the elevation.
Warrior crossbows! Wind and fire!
Just to try something different. I don't do this too often, so let's have some fun
The
with it.
celestial faithful.
Set that up over here. Actually, no, we want to set up that over here. Yeah, there we go. We're still in range of the enemy then. It also brings us closer to our reinforcement over here.
The Storm Dragon.
And offers better protection for our back forces. We'll move that over here.
Follow my commands precisely and without hesitation. Then victory is assured.
I'll bring that over
Immediately.
here a little.
Jade crossbows! Thoughts in
Oh,
harmony!
I'm pressing the wrong button. My bad.
Immediately!
Wind and fire.
So we want to, again, fire on their ranged units for the most part. This is where we can use the sort of inaccuracy of the sky junk to our advantage to try to hit as many different units as possible. Use that like that.
The celestial faithful! Peasant archers! For Cathay!
Praise the traitor! Zhang faithful!
Witness their demise.
Slow him down.
My power is absolute.
For the Emperor!
Shaker of
We
steel.
can do activate this like that. Use that like that.
Peasant archers! Stone and steel!
We obey!
Warp stone and steel. A mighty elixir.
Minds as one.
Hitting our own troops a little bit there, so we'll pull this over here and oh no, over here. There we go.
Acolyte of secrets. Behold the tempest.
Shenyang's faithful!
Focus fire on these peasant archers over here. Okay, whatever. It's apparently doesn't want to fire on those, so we'll pull him over here. Activate his ability about here.
Warriors! For the Emperor!
Celestial fury!
In unison!
Ready as always.
Let's see. If we drop this over here, that'll do quite a bit of damage to those units.
Grand General!
We'll also pull that out over here.
The storm wind blows.
We'll drop this over here.
Senyang, guide me.
You can pull this like that.
Dragon Guard!
Aid warriors!
Order and balance!
Never conquered!
My elixirs are ready.
Move as the wind! The dragons ask!
There we go. That's the kind of damage I wanted to see.
Sorcerous outcast.
You can also drop that over there to get even more damage out. Fire that over there.
For Cathay!
The Celestial Faithful! Defend the realm!
Our ancestors decree!
Defenders of Cathay!
And there we go. We got ourselves a nice victory. If we slow him down, we can let our archers... No, he's going to be out of range. Oh well. It was worth a shot. Now I just have to hope it doesn't crash again. Okay, so we'll
Make a
occupy like last
watchtower
time.
of it.
Remove that.
The storm dragon.
Grab those. And these.
The battle is won, and so shall the war.
Yeah, no, we don't need any more than 2 of
The
those.
storm dragon.
So we'll grab our spells
Miao
again.
Ying. The Emperor permits this.
Celestial General.
Well, we already checked everything else.
A
So we'll move
great
on to the
day.
next turn.
But let us avoid hubris.
And let's hope for the best. But you know what? Expect the worst. It's looking good. Ah, we actually made it
The
to turn
Celestial
3.
cannot
Good.
intend for us to fight.
So, this one gives us yet another mission. This one takes us to Xingpo to face the Skaven. Meanwhile, over here, we've got another dilemma related to our narrative. With the return of the Dragon Princess to the court to quell the rebellion, all the rebels in the province have been put to death. Only the King of Nanyang and the usurper are still resisting. We have gotten news that these desperate villains have reached a consensus. They are recruiting troops from all over the country and will intend to unite their strength to make a final counterattack. So, I mentioned earlier that the
For the
AI
dragons,
cheats
You
bad.
must die.
I'm going to bring Miao Ying up a little bit and give you a bit of a
Footsteps in
show.
harmony.
These armies were not here before. The AI actively spawns two
I
major
serve
armies,
Only the dragons.
sometimes three, right at the Terracotta graveyard to throw at you right off the bat.
Men, with me, we shall humble this fiend.
So, what we're going to want to do,
Storm Dragon,
take Miao Ying here, wrong button,
I stand apart.
and put her into ambush
Might
stance,
of the storm,
about right here.
ride upon lightning.
Celestial General,
We'll want to take Heng Wei
warriors,
over this way,
sons, with me.
leave him at about here, recruiting, let's say, 2 spear archers. And you want to get a training camp as well.
We are in need.
Over in Nangao. The choice isn't really so obvious. While getting landmarks is usually what I like doing, we won't be grabbing this one, even if it does give us a legendary hero. Instead, we'll want to go for something like this. The Nangao Forge. Taking a look at our deals, there's still nothing we can really do diplomatically at the moment.
Leader of men.
And yeah, let's move on to the next turn and hope our ambush goes well.
Witless imbecile, you are misled.
Ah, we failed our ambush. Luckily, the battle map we have isn't all that bad. It is a choke point, but because of where we got attacked, our main force spawns behind the enemy, not in the front over here. Which is very useful for us, especially since we remember to grab those flying units, as they're going to be our main way of dealing with sky junk. We also have access to ancestral warriors. These are great way of dealing with the enemy ranged units by disrupting their ability to shoot. Very good. So quick save, and we will fight this battle. While I would have preferred to have gotten the ambush, this will have to do. That reminds me, can sky junk be captured? I can't get a clear answer out of that. Oh well. So, the trick is going to be to put our regular general all the way at the back here. Since we don't really want him getting into the fight if possible. And we're going to want to put most of our work into our reinforcing army. We'll try channeling some magic. We got nothing. That's fine. Whatever. Now just speed up the battle here. Yeah, we want to wait to use the Ancestral Warriors until our army gets into the picture. Pull back our heroes. If we use that, like, here... we can do quite a bit of damage as we're coming in. We need about 16 seconds before we can transform. Good news is once our lances come in, we can start sending them at the sky junk. And we can send this over here. What we can also do is bring our Ancestral Warriors over here and put them into the enemy backline to do massive damage to their leadership. Or morale, or whatever they're using in this game. We also want to send our Sky Junk up to deal with their ranged units over here. We can start moving into regular speed now.
Celestial faithful!
I stand ready!
The Celestial Daughter. My power is absolute! Might of Gairan.
Use that over here.
Majesty!
Praise the dragons!
Jade Warrior!
Dragon God!
Turn
Understood!
that so that they get crushed. Pull them back a bit. Start firing over
Celestial
here.
Fury! Ready to defend!
Jade Crossbow!
Thoughts in
Bring them
harmony!
like that. Bring
Warriors!
these like this.
Seeking Cathay's foes!
Our Ancestral Warriors are holding their retreating forces in place. He can retreat now. He's done his
A
job.
difficult fight. We need to back off.
There we go. That should send the rest of their troops heading out this way.
Defenders of Cathay! For Cathay!
What we can do is we can turn Miao Ying into a dragon to attack the other sky junks.
Lord of Heavens!
Use that over there. Have her attack the sky junk. And with their sky junks down, they'll pretty much be open for the taking.
Attack in unison!
For the Moon Dragon!
We don't necessarily want to destroy them. I can't remember if you can capture them or not, but if you can, you're going to want to. They are good units to have.
Dragon God!
As you can see, we've got a pretty good defensive position over here, a nice choke point.
The Storm Dragon!
They've left most of their ranged units open for the attack from behind.
Defend the realm! The celestial faithful!
Okay, we'll want to pull those
March in
out
ordered
now.
ranks!
Send Miao over here.
Wind and fire, whatever is required.
Oh, we accidentally destroyed one. Okay, whatever. We can bring Miao back to the front lines, taking her out of dragon form.
Cavalry! Bringing harmony!
Stone and steel, defend the realm. Traitor of steel.
We use that over here.
The elixir. Never conquered. Harmonious rock.
We want to pull our own sky junk back now.
Shen Yang's faithful.
We want that to retreat.
The storm wind blows. Power of the elements.
Oh, shit, we lost our sky junk. Oh, we needed that. Okay, shit. You know what? No, we're just gonna take the loss. We're gonna take that loss and just run with it. Losing it sucks, but sometimes you gotta lose with dignity.
My elixirs are ready. Elemental majesty.
There we go. Oh, that was a bit of a bloodbath. Oh well, let our units get some XP out of that at least. Ooh. I mean, we didn't take near as many losses as we could have, but losing that sky junk, that does hurt. Hurts me in the soul just a little. So what we can do... we can't actually recover into Miao Ying's force, so we will take the money.
Advantage in punishing the defenseless.
Like I said, they get a lot of armies right off the bat. It is so dumb.
Trust in the dragons. I am sure they plan for us all.
Okay,
The
so,
storm dragon.
you might have seen it pop up there, but we are getting one of our unique units. The Cathay warriors. You get 4 of them, they do replenish over time. They're pretty okay units. I mean, comparing them to our guys here, they have no ranged attack. They've got less armor. Generally not as good. But they do get access to the military promotions where you spend the feats to get the buffs. And they are decent early game units. Especially since you're going to be taking a lot of attrition just from fighting all these fights.
Everywhere.
You are without sense or honor.
So I want to bring these into this army.
Miao Ying.
And we'll want to fill the rest of Miao Ying's army with these.
Serve me. Serve the Emperor.
Each one of these upgrades cost 5 feats for these guys. Gives you plus 5 melee, attack and defense, and physical resistance. Or you can take the garrison versions of these units, which gets you an upkeep bonus, but you don't replenish them as well. Generally you're going to want the soldier versions just to give them some oomph. Unlike other units, they don't pay the upkeep penalty for doing it, so I would suggest it. And wouldn't you know, we have just enough for all of them.
The Celestial.
I think we'll get Miao Ying over here. Let's see. We'll take the lore of the power of Yin.
Favored daughter. The Storm Dragon.
Celestial General.
There we
I would
go.
take that to defend my soldiers.
I am no one's slave.
We are not in a great position this time.
I bow only.
Yeah, like you see, they've got Sky Junk in pretty much all of their armies, which is why I did not want to lose it.
My loyalty lies.
In fact, losing it's probably going to cost me the campaign in the short term.
I will make my father proud.
Attention.
Okay, so what we will do is we'll bring him over
Advance
here.
without heroics.
We'll attack this. We'll probably have to give up the province and then come back to fight again. It's not the best position. If I attack, I lose that. So yeah, we'll have to fight this manually. But both these units did retreat already, so if we take them, we wipe them out. And it's probably going to be a bit of a back and forth for a while. Ooh. Well, it's too early to give up now, so let's keep going. I probably should have rematched that battle, though, just to try to keep the Sky Junk. Thought the game crashed for a second. No, I alt-tabbed out by accident. Just when you had a heart attack today.
The Celestial Faithful.
Stone and steel.
Zhanyang's Faithful. Never conquered.
Minds as one.
Archers.
The Celestial Faithful.
Stone and steel. Peasant archers.
Never conquered. Jade crossbows.
Did I screw up somewhere in
Archers!
setting up my army? Melee range, melee range, melee range, melee range, melee range, melee, melee. Oh, I've got more melee than I do. Okay, that makes more sense. So, yeah, we'll do that. We'll pull one of these to go over here. And then we'll pull these in a rank. There we go.
Spears! Archers!
Praise the dragons!
That makes
Warrior
more sense.
crossbows!
We'll set up over here so that we can keep an eye on the reinforcing army.
Order and balance!
Defenders of Cathay!
Keep Alchemist over here, keep him over here.
Master of
Miao Ying near the front. In all likelihood, they'll probably move towards their reinforcing
storm
army or sit
dragon
there
will
waiting for
lead
the
you to
reinforcing army to
victory.
show up.
This is my vow. A triviality.
Or they'll slowly move towards me. That's different. We'll want to keep those out of battle until we can recover them. God, the reinforcement time on him's pretty long for this battle, but whatever.
The storm wind blows.
Okay, move up. There we go, we're dragging that army in before it can meet up with the other. Very nice, very nice. Okay, bring him this way. Spawn that in the back over here.
Wind and fire!
Use that like that. And we also want to turn Miao Ying into a dragon. Mostly so we can hunt down the enemy lords as quick as possible.
Master of Tempests! Witness their demise!
Fight as one!
Focused on their range units.
Thoughts in harmony! For the Emperor! Mistress of Storms!
He should fall apart pretty soon.
Minds as one!
Alright, now we just wait for the enemy to fall apart.
Celestial splendor!
Turn her off guard mode. And there we go. That should wipe out both armies. I know that's plastic love. Dance to the plastic beat. Another morning comes. Well, let's see. Boots, treasury, experience. We'll take the
The
recovery.
evil must be kept in check. The storm dragon. Become one with shadow. Tomorrow, I decree it.
Celestial General.
What I want to do is I want to bring him
Travel
over like
readiness.
this.
Storm dragon.
And we want to hope for the
The
ambush
storm
on
dragon.
Han Chang.
The Emperor permits this.
We need 5 points to go forward. So we're just going to grab one in each skill for now. We will eventually fill them out. But I'd like to
The
have more
Bastion's
spells in
defense
my back
requires
pocket.
it.
Now, he might go straight
But let
for
us
Deadly
avoid
Tongue Tower,
hubris.
which is not the ideal, but it could work. We just have to hope that Hang Han does not join him.
My loyalty lies with another.
We also don't know what one of these is. We know one of them's him, but we don't know what the other one is.
Pride is not undeserved.
Come on, fall for the bait, buddy. Come on. Not quite what the plan was. Let's see. We can make use of the rocks in formations to disrupt the line of sight until Miao Ying's forces come in. In all likelihood, they're coming in on the side. I want to turn Miao Ying into a dragon quickly to attack their sky junk. Alright, let's give it a shot. I mean, not like I can retreat anyways. I'm in force march. No place left to hide. Love is just around the corner. Someone's on the phone. But what can I say? Tell 'em no one's home. Cat has got my tongue. Okay, so where is Miao Ying coming in? That's not a great position. Okay. So, we will hide him in the woods over here.
Clearing the way.
To die fighting for the
By
dragon.
hiding in the woods, he should actually split his forces to look, which gives me some time to get units into position. Yeah, the sky junk is entirely left on its own. Now, we aren't exactly in the best position here, but what we can do is try to activate that. There we go. If it tries to fire any missiles, it'll hit itself. And of course, we can send these to go get it. Oh, that's actually a really cool looking effect.
Celestial sorcerer.
Raise the dragons! The dragons up!
Move as wind!
Move in formation!
Archers!
Okay, move them like
Repositioning!
that. Miao Ying should be able to take her dragon form now. Which, of course, we can send over here to deal with this. We can send these ancestral warriors to cut off their ranged units from meeting up with their melee force.
The storm unleashed!
Oops, daisies, pull those back.
As one!
If I accept
Well, if we use that like this.
the elements,
Very good. This is working out quite well, actually.
sorcerer of secrets,
Go. Their ranged units are all caught up, getting ready for the fight over there. Now we can set our own units up like this. Bring that over here, pull that back.
Wind and
Pull
fire!
these over here, bring
Let the
him over
heavens guide
here.
me.
Order and balance!
ready as always. Behold, lethality unleashed.
Come on, everybody get into position.
Dragon guard!
We can bring Miao Ying back over here and then turn her into human form. Actually, we might want to keep her as a dragon so that we can have her attack their back ranks. We'll see.
Mage of the Celestial Court. Celestial Splendor.
Oh, they're retreating. Good. This actually ended up being a pretty good defensive position in the end. I wasn't sure how this would go, but we got pretty lucky actually in the end.
Guided by ancestors!
Pull her back a bit.
Warriors are ready.
3, 2, 1.
Heavens await. Sword of heaven.
Sorcerous outcast.
And there we go. We will try to kill their lord. Turn off guard mode. We'll send these guys over this way to deal with that. Because the less their units we have to deal with later, the better. Apparently she is slower than him. Whatever, it's not a problem. Ooh. Hopefully we can capture that sky junk to make up for the one we lost, but I don't think we can. I mean, it does count as artillery. Well, it counts as artillery, so maybe we can capture it? I really hope so. Oh, they've got another one. Oh, and we start in a really bad position. Yeah, we do not start in a good position. We'll have to go on the offense for sure. We'll definitely need to take out their sky junk ASAP. It's not hard to get caught up in melee. And again, it's got like no melee stats. The issue is, of course, their actual ranged units. But I think our mages can deal with a lot of that. Of course, we can always use the spell to redirect the sky junk's missiles back at it, or even the peasant missiles. Ooh, it'll be a tough fight. As you can see, we're on the bad side of the choke point because we have to go forward. So we will put our sort of expendable Cathay warriors in the front, with the peasant archers right behind them.
Ready to defend.
These can come over here. With these on the other side.
Minds as one.
Put these over here. These three can come over here to try to flank on the far side. I don't know if these are going to be all that useful, but we'll see.
My mind is ready.
Shaper of steel.
If we leave her over here, she should be able to cast spells without taking too much of a hit. We won't bother channeling magic.
Whatever is required.
Oh, they're starting all the way back here. Okay.
Praise the dragons.
Shen Yang sends us.
Well, that might be useful to me.
Sorcerer of secrets.
We want to move all our units up ASAP then. And try to catch them with their paints down.
With whatever is required.
We can get Miao Ying to attack. Is either of them on a horse yet? I think he is. So we'll use that over here. In fact, if she's on a horse, we can activate this over here. We can send Miao Ying over here.
Celestial splendor.
Acolyte of secrets.
There we go. We're gonna get some good damage in. Very good.
The path of metal.
We'll bring these two about over here. Leave that over here. Leave that over here. There's the enemy's backup. The Ancestral Warriors will probably disappear soon, so that's not a big deal.
Ready to defend!
Mage of the Celestial Court.
Warpstone and steel!
If they try firing, what we can do is we can hit them with our own magic. Pull him in like this. Okay, we'll pull her back a bit. The enemy tried to hit her on her own with... Okay.
Wind and fire! Immediately!
Bring him over here. She's taking more damage than I would like. Fuck.
Jade crossbow!
Move as wind. Wind pride.
Zhang Yang's faithful!
Peasant spearman! Order and balance!
For Cathay! For Cathay!
The Emperor will.
Okay, now that she's sort of in the open again, we can start sending these this way. Send that into that.
Warrior crossbow!
Pull that up. We want to focus our ranged units on their ranged
Anything
units.
for Cathay!
Oh shit, she is way out of position. Use that here.
Behold! Lethality unleashed! Elemental majesty!
Why are you not chasing it? Go back.
It is decreed!
Celestial sorcerer. At lighting the way.
You need to pull back. Why are you still...
Jade crossbow!
Defend the round. Jade warrior. Attack in unison.
For the moon dragon!
Fight as
Fire
one.
on the enemy ranged units.
For the Emperor!
Miao Ying's taking a lot of damage, so we're gonna pull it down into human form when we pull back.
Dragon guard! Zhang Yang
We can
sends
focus
us!
our arrows on their
Celestial
sky jump
Fury!
now.
For the Emperor!
And luckily, she's got a nice little healing spell.
Behold the Tempest! The Celestial Daughter! Might of Gaira!
Pull that
Setting
back
out!
over here.
Celestial general. Cavalry. Yes.
Pull that over there.
Under attack.
We will the yin and yang!
Master of Tempest!
Our ranks are fired upon!
My duty!
Finish that off.
Sorceress outcast!
For Cathay! Warriors!
For the Emperor.
All your banners!
Warrior crossbow!
There we go. Damn right victory's in our grasp.
The storm wind blows! My elixirs are ready!
The heavens await.
Where's Miao
Mistress of
Ying?
Storm.
There she is. The enemy lord
Setting
is over
forth,
here,
sent
so we'll
by
try to get her
Gaira.
over there. Surprisingly, he's holding out quite well.
Witness my fortitude! Defend the realm!
Restore order!
And we won! Oh, don't think we lost any units either. And honestly, our losses weren't that bad. Yeah, it even gave us a close victory. Very nice. Luckily, we're within our own territory, so we do get to recover next turn. Plus, we're able to take the recovery option from the post-battle options. And we very much decimated their force, which should make taking the next settlement a lot easier. Mostly because the AI made a stupid move coming after our army instead of the settlement. But, hey, never interrupt your enemy when they're making a mistake. God, I can't remember who says that now. Never interrupt. Oh, it's Sun Tzu! Oh, that makes it even better for this campaign. I have got to read The Art of War at some point.
The evil must be kept in check.
I mean, I can probably find a free copy of it somewhere online.
As hot as Nangao's fortress.
We don't need the hunter, so we'll just move on. The betrayer became the betrayed. Loyalty still exists in the west. The wind and sand swept over the crenellations of the city of Shenyang, and the stone lion in the front of the public security's office still glared fiercely. Yi Sheng's fierce hounds have never been able to scent the loyal men. Okay, some loyal men lurking in the shadows. Some donned monk robes and struck the morning bell at the mountain temple for half a year, while others disguised themselves as merchant and trade every day and night at the canal docks. Day after day, they wiped their blood-stained swords until their hands were worn to the bone, their eyes filled with rage. When the Iron Dragon's fury swept through the wastelands of Jinsen, the usurper finally woke from his reverie in panic. He sent his hounds south, but he did not hear the military hymn rising in Shenyang. The dormant sparks turned into a raging fire in the night. The armory exploded. The long-suffering soldiers and civilians rose up, and the loyal Imperial agents charged forward. They would prove their loyalty and righteousness. So basically, this is a sort of side thing that's going on over here. For those of you who know, the dissenters of Shenzhen are the major opponent of... what's his name? You know, I can just check. Zhao Ming. And basically he gets an event where he gets Xiao Ming just because the loyalists in the city of Shenyang give it back to him. Like I said, you're gonna get these little story things pretty much every turn. So, always take note of them when they come out.
Where is the promised unity?
Nothing we need over here.
Celestial General.
Let's see. So, on him, we're gonna get Deadly Blade. Coming back over to Miao Ying over here. We'll grab that, and Evasion.
Miao Ying.
Clear Mirror, Still Water, and of course, Evasion as well. His unique line is quite unique in the fact that pretty much every part of it has some level of rank requirement to it. And there is quite a few. Honestly, his first one here, strategic planning, is very nice. That 9% upkeep is going to be becoming very, very handy very soon.
The burning wind holds court here.
Somehow, the Longma survived again. I don't know how they keep doing it, but they do.
Ready to defend.
We'll grab 2 more to the Golden Hounds.
Attention!
Then we can take Miao Ying's army over here.
Mike!
And, yeah, we will fight these properly, so we take as few losses as possible. And we should have enough forces to actually take the second settlement in this province finally, after, what was it, 3 turns? Oh, it is... It's a ridiculously weird opening to a campaign that really does put the pressure on you. And I love it. Especially my first playthrough of it, I got so surprised just how much it threw at me and how much I had to change the way I fought just to keep up.
The Celestial Daughter.
Wind and fire!
Peasant archers!
Minds as one! Defenders of Cathay! Yang's faithful!
There we
The
go.
storm.
Miao Ying close to the front, but not all the way at the front. She's not going to really have to fight this time. We aren't going to need the Longma either. Anything else? No, we're good. We will send her forward on her horse, though. Because we do want to try to get the enemy to come to us, if possible. Drop that over there. There we go. Pull her back. Now she's done her job. Pull her back to about there. There we go. The enemies entered the kill box. Or not fully. Eh, whatever. Drop that there. There we go. End battle. One of the mods we will be playing eventually, once it's got a few more updates to it, is the Hung mod, which is the Mongolian mod that I discussed a little bit at the beginning of the campaign. It looks pretty interesting. The Mongols are an interesting sort of, well, they're historically very interesting. And honestly, I am interested to see how they play. They seem to be pretty much a horde faction as you would expect of them. But they've also got, you know, like the Skaven loyalty mechanics. So, we'll have to see how that plays out. We'll take the replenishment.
Celestial
We
General.
can bring him out of that.
Advance without
Bring him over
heroics.
here. Here we can get our next upgrade to our hero. We'll get Chain Lightning,
The storm.
because we've already got a
dragon.
bombardment spell, so we might as well get something to complement it. How is Nangao doing? We're one turn away from our first bit of growth, which we'll put into Nan Li first, so that we can get even further growth, keep our harmony up. 25% upkeep from harmony? Shit, that's really good. Oh,
Storm
shouldn't forget
Dragon.
what I'm trying to do here. I've never actually seen the enemy AI use Ancestral Warriors before. So, we'll see what happens. Oh, they actually start in a pretty good position. Welcome to the rice fields, motherfuckers. God, I miss Filthy Frank. Those were the days of the internet, man.
Stone and steel.
I know at least some of you in the audience know what I'm talking about. I mean, most of you are at least as old as I am, if not a little older. I've seen my analytics. The
It
enemy
is our
is actually coming
sworn
to
duty
us.
to defend Cathay on any front from which it is threatened.
Which is weird, because, you know, they've got the advantage, but hey.
A mighty elixir.
I don't think I'm supposed to be the one with Ancestral Warriors, but hey, I'll take them.
Order and balance.
Harmonious front! Fight as one!
Elemental majesty.
We can pull her back now. The Bannermen should be about ready to fall apart. Their lord's just gonna sit there and take it, apparently. Yeah, okay. Only 66 pages long. I mean, interesting on its own. Yeah, I'm gonna give that a read later.
They have no other way.
Okay, so we got access to our Celestial Dragon crossbows. And we also finally have access to the Clan Guard. Good.
The storm dragon.
The clan guard we can use to start replacing our peasants.
Do they deserve the honor of serving
So we're losing
me?
the ranged abilities for better frontline units. And we can also replace one of these
Are you worthy?
with our Celestial Dragon crossbow.
Serve me. Serve the Emperor. Witness my power!
Celestial
Now, if I remember, next turn... Actually, you know what? I'm not going to bother spoiling it. I'll let you see when we get there.
The battle is won, and so shall the war.
We will get our first spell that can be used while Miao Ying is in dragon form.
General of the Celestial Host.
And we'll grab Foe Seeker.
Few would turn down such weaponry.
Wind and fire!
Okay.
Minds as one.
Here, mix the clan garden.
Stone
like
and
that.
steel!
Rasa bowmen! Order and balance!
Zhang Yang's faithful! Archers! Thoughts in harmony! Order and balance!
Warriors!
Never conquered!
Defenders of
Actually,
Cathay!
we'll do it like
Peasant
this.
archers! Wind and fire!
Oh, I let go of the control button. Fuck. Okay,
Raise the
da-da-da.
The
Let's try that
Celestial
again.
Faithful!
There we go. Pull these back.
Master of Tempest!
We'll let her sit out front again.
Cavalry!
Leave those over here. It's not really all that important. Everybody's got their harmony, right? Yeah. Okay. Start deployment, start battle.
Shape of steel!
Now we'll come up this way to use that.
A trail of secrets!
Instead, we'll use that ability like that. Use that over here. Pull her back.
Seeking elements!
Okay, we want to target their back line over here.
Never conquered!
Target that over here. We also want to use that over here. And we will end the battle. We're not even going to bother waiting for the reinforcements. Especially since they are not going to be our major enemy starting next turn. Or maybe it's 2 turns from now, I'm not entirely sure. Like I said, you get sort of major story elements that happen, dilemmas happen, and sometimes story events can just suddenly pop off, and you've got a whole new situation to deal with. So, and again, if you want to play along or you want to try out the mod list for yourself, you can find it in the description down below. It's got a link to the Steam collection. Once again, a warning, Stratovius, I think that's how you pronounce it, Stratovarius. His legendary characters mod has not yet been updated for 6.3 and does cause crash to desktops upon loading the game. So while it is in the Steam collection, it's not actually functioning at the moment. So it's not even in the playthrough right now.
Our spirits still belong to the Emperor. The Storm Dragon.
If you have any questions about mods I am playing with, you can also leave them in the chat, and I will try to answer them as soon as I am available to.
Schematics.
After all, interacting with you guys does make streaming a little more personal. We'll leave that here for now.
Ready to defend.
Let's see. Now that we've got some new units, I'm going to show you off their feats.
This victory is not mine,
So,
but all
here you've got
Cathay.
two options. Veteran Officers, which gets you more attack. This one gets you more armor piercing and armor. Both of them have an upkeep cost. Unlike the Cathayan Warriors, who you can only get one of the two options, you can actually get both. Now, you are paying the massive upkeep debuff for each one. So if you get both, it's 20% extra upkeep, which is significant. But the buffs are pretty nice. The one I would suggest coming up is actually the armor bonus. Physical resistance is not going to help you as much going forward, because your enemies are going to be very chaos related. So actually, we are going to actually grab those buffs now while we can. There we go.
The battle is won, and so shall the war.
And like I said, you can get both later when you have the resources. The Longma have quite a few options.
A great day,
You got one for reduced
but let us
vigor,
avoid hubris.
as well as leadership in that, for capturing objectives. Or not so much capturing objectives, but being able to move around and control sort of regions without retreating as frequently. You've got one that's immune to flanking, which isn't so much a big deal for flying units. But it can also help when you're down on the ground and an enemy is moving in on you. Worthy Foe. If you're fighting a terror-causing unit, you get a buff. As you can see, the Longma has quite the massive upkeep cost debuff when you take these. And especially if you're grabbing more than one. So just be careful of that. Because your economy, as you can already see, we're already starting to really get down there. And there isn't really a lot of ways we can fix that at the moment.
Unity.
They're still in harmony, right? The elements in harmony. She blinded me with signs. Now that we are starting to take territory, though, what we can do is start looking towards beginning to build our
Celestial
relationships with the local regions. We're also going to want to keep an eye to the north,
This victory is
because
not mine,
when the
but
Bastion starts to
all
fall,
Cathay.
you take major penalties. You'll lose growth, you'll lose control, and it builds up quickly as you lose more.
Muscle and metal.
So keep an eye on that. And yeah, I guess we can start moving on to the next turn now. just auto-resolve that.
line.
No point in doing a one-on-one.
Men, to your exercises.
I will
Alrighty,
not have a day
so-
wasted.
This is where we get one of our first major relationship choices. So let's give this a read. Under protection of the Great Bastion, Grand Cathay has survived countless springs and autumns. Following the Dragon Emperor's decree, the Dragon Blood and high-class clans have to send an annual tax of their land to the frontier every season. Wrapped in brocade embroidered with formal patterns, the jade yuans eventually transform into blades in the hand of the frontier troops. The crossbows at the Dragon Gate await Kulan's finest bolts, and the granaries at Turtle Gate are ready for Nanchang's rice. Before the season starts, the carriages of the various clans will subsequently head to the Great Bastion. After that, the strokes of the taxman's pens carved into bricks of the Great Bastion, enduring longer than any wooden spirit tablet in a temple. So you've got a few options. You can send a little bit of money, get a little bit of a buff to your relationship with the Imperial Wardens, and they'll get some peasants to help defend the Bastion. You send a generous donation, you get a medium buff, and they get better units. With this one, though, you can eventually unlock the Imperial Warden units for your army. So you're generally always going to want to go above and beyond. Gives you not only double what you'd be getting for the generous donation, and quadruple what you would for the smallest, but also with the best price. It also gives the best units to the Great Bastion. Of course, you could align your pockets, but that makes everybody dislike you. So, don't do that. Unless you've got a way of cheesing out control and leadership.
Celestial General. Your depth.
Finish him off.
Cathay's true Bastion.
The majestic defender.
So, we've got 2 battles. It looks like we actually might get Po Mei before the event I was worried about goes off, which would be very nice.
The
So we'll attack
celestial
Shi Kui, the Marquis of Nanli.
my favored daughter.
Army's nothing too special. They do have some gunpowder infantry, but nothing to worry about, since they do have a lower range than the archer units. Oh. Alright. Oh, battle's ready. Okay. Everyone's in a good position, so we'll move
The
up
celestial
this way,
daughter.
like this. Yeah. Okay, perfect.
The power of a dragon and the might of Nangao, we can only prevail.
We'll use this over here to weaken their frontliners. And pull her back. Yeah, that could have gone better. Okay. Let's see. We'll use this. Oh, not that version. Oh, we don't have enough. Never mind. Yeah, we'll just drop that over there. Yeah, I just kind of want to get this battle out of the way so we can actually get on to the siege battle. Yeah, I never thought I'd say that. I want to move on to the siege battle. Come on, finish off the enemy lord. And there we go. Perfect. End battle. There we go. Anything new in the chat? No, nothing. Oh, it's been a while since I've seen a dislike on one of my streams. Cool.
We must break their spirits.
Celestial General.
All right, let's move on to Pome over here. Yeah, we should be fine. I'm pretty sure we can just attack at the middle there and pretty easily take, just take their forces out. Alrighty. Where is the spot I'm looking for? There it is. This would have been nice if I had some artillery, but I'll have to make do with what I got. Send that over there.
Bringing harmony.
There.
Bringing harmony. My test begins.
We will drop this right over there.
The law of heavens!
And then everybody else can just kind of move up
It
like
is
this.
baited!
But guided by ancestor.
If we send that over here, actually, that could be fun. Let's close that. Go back to the overview so I can keep an eye on that. There we go.
Shaper of steel.
We'll drop that over there to free open the gate for when we break it
Ready
down.
to defend.
Inflict disorder! Under fire!
Ready as always.
We'll use this before our boys actually get on the wall to try to do some extra damage. Perfect. Gate health still taking a while.
Cavalry. For the Emperor!
Oh shoot, I didn't even notice that she was fighting. Let's see. We can activate this here. Just gotta be careful. If we put in the wrong spot, it's not gonna work as well. Oh, never mind. No need to worry, we did it.
Spearmen!
For the
I think
defense.
she's actually in the gate now.
Strike them down.
Yes, she is, which means we can start capturing the gate. Good. Where's the Longma? Oh, they're over here. Yeah, that's fine. As long as they take that, we should be
The
fine.
celestial daughter.
Keep her over here so we can capture the gate.
Sorceress outcast.
Once these guys are off the wall, we can start putting our archers on there.
Rip march in ordered ranks!
Shenyang's faithful.
Shenyang's faithful!
I think we can fit 3 archers up there.
Guard!
Immediately!
No, it's only going to fit 2.
Peasant archers!
Even then, it's barely going to fit 2.
Understood!
For the Emperor.
We'll drop that over there.
My power is
It's going to be a
absolute.
while before that counts as captured.
Dragon Guard.
Ah, go after that.
Order.
Yeah, we'll start speeding this up a bit because the battle's just about over. Come on, fill up. There we go. Gate's ours, so we can start bringing in the rest of our units. Come on. There we go. That just leaves those Jade Warriors with any strength left to fight. Oh no, there's 2 sets of Jade Warriors left. Let's see. So what we can do is we'll turn Miao Ying into a dragon and send her off to fight one of them. Send her over there. Nope, she's not moving. Oh, never mind. Doesn't matter. We won. Okay. Well, we didn't take much in the way of losses. We were able to catch Po Mei before the... So I'm just going to spoil it now, since we didn't get to see it. I don't know if it'll still happen, but Po Mei... I think if you don't capture Po Mei in time, the Ziqian faction, Vilch's faction, actually takes control of it, and they spawn 320 stacks right there. It is, it's a bit ridiculous. And it makes the campaign very Pyrrhic from start to finish. And considering we already lost one of the units I really wanted to keep around, I'd rather not have to face them, so if they don't show up, better for me.
The defensive parameter expands. The Storm Dragon.
Let's see. We're actually going to take this out now so that we can put in a growth building with the Yang so we can get our province into into harmony.
Celestial
We'll bring him over here. The other good thing is if those armies don't spawn, the Bastion will have a better chance against Village, because those 320 stacks usually like to go straight to Turtle Gate and burn it to the ground. So if they don't do that, good for us. It also means we can focus then on taking Snake Gate or Mingzhu.
Ready to defend.
Taking a look at skill points, we will we'll continue to put them into Talons of Night.
The Storm Dragon.
We'll grab Strategic Planning for the upkeep.
Miao Ying.
And grab more mobility, because it can never hurt to have better movement
When all
range.
is done, I shall be
As for commandments, we will grab the Jade Dragon's Edict to get more control. There we go. I've never actually taken Po Mei this quickly. Or Po Mei. So if I'm gonna be surprised to see what comes next. I'm excited a little.
Enter. Nangao's defenses.
What does he want? He wants a trade agreement. Yeah, I'll give him that.
I understand.
Okay, perfect. So, since we were able to unify our northern provinces, we actually get a nice buff out of it. After a series of power struggles and conquests, the northern provinces have been fully brought under your control. You have to control these two settlements, the Gunpowder Road, and the Lands of Stone and Steel. When they say settlements, they actually mean provinces. It's a bit of a translation thing. Not all that important. This bonus will be applied to your faction, but if you lose any control of these areas, you lose the bonus. You get plus 2,000 supplies for defense. Faction-wide. Very good. And casualty replenishment plus 5 for all of your armies. But again, if you lose any of these, they disappear. My lord, an envoy from the Great Bastion, has arrived. In the past, we have always done our utmost to assist the soldiers of the frontier. Although you may see this as part of your duty, countless lives and soldiers have indeed been saved because of you. Although these warriors are clumsy with words, their saying, "As you sow, so shall you reap," comes from the heart. You have their guarantee. No matter what the future holds, the Imperial Wardens will stand by your side. So this just gives you a military alliance with them. Any assistance you provide to the Wardens in the future will give you troops. And you get a bonus against attrition from Chaos Wastes and Chaos Corruption, as well as the ability to recruit Imperial Warden units. Very nice. We've got our first caravan battle of the campaign. Let's draw our weapons and fight. So let's take a look at the enemy units here. We've got some Marauder Hunters, some Marauder Chariots, Skin Wolves, Famir Warriors. Yeah, that's really it. Nothing too crazy. Who's excited to see these Amethyst Hellstorm rocket batteries in use? I am. Let's give him a show, okay? We got a pretty good map, actually. We can set up on either side of this rock here, which will cover one of our flanks. The other flank can be covered with the cavalry. Should be a lot of fun. Hell, they might not even reach our front lines. Let's see. So we set up by this rock over here.
Dragon Guard!
Warrior crossbows!
The celestial faithful.
Warriors!
Wind and fire.
Crossbowmen! Stone and steel!
Oh, whoops.
Jade crossbows!
It's a slightly different unit, so it doesn't get the control. Okay.
Shenyan's faithful!
Pull that back. Bring that over here. The Outriders, I want to hide. Let's see. Where do I want to hide these Outriders? Oh, I can't set them up over here. Okay, so we'll just set them back up over here. That's whatever.
Hellstorm.
We'll set the Hellstorms. Actually, it might be better to set them up on the hill over here. Let's see.
There must be order!
Yeah, that gives us a slight height advantage. And then I can take this unit, put it over here. Yeah, it works. We can put these in the hills over, in the trees over here.
The
We
personification
can put our
of the law!
Lord up front. And I think that's everybody set up. Might actually...
No mind, Shaka!
Oh, never mind. We're actually in a pretty good position here. Let the enemy come to us. Bring that over here. Here. Oh, that's right. They have little black suns. That is adorable.
Crossbow.
Move in formation!
Yeah, there we go. They fell apart pretty quickly.
With pride!
Could I have auto-resolved that? Probably. Was it cool to actually get to see the Hell Cannons in action? Abso-fucking-lutely. I always wonder, what is my audience watching? 75% computer, 10% mobile, 10% on the TV. Somebody put me on the big screen? Coolio. 3.9% tablet. People just not own tablets anymore? I mean, I know phones keep seemingly getting bigger every year, but let's see. So, we can either head down to Mingzhu, or we can start making our way to Snake Gate.
Azir provides.
Tim versus Village to Cursling. I think he's actually going to win that one. Most of his troops have fallen back over there. They'll probably end up taking Mingzhu, so I can probably ignore that for now.
Storm Dragon.
Celestial General.
What I will do is I'll make a second army over here. Let's see, what do we got? Avaricious, Hale and Hardy. Not quite what I'm looking for. Adept, Tactician, Wise. None of these are really what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something that gives me a bonus to recruiting. Anyone? No. Yeah, we'll grab him.
The Lord Magistrate stands ready.
Let's see. We'll probably get rid of one of these Cathay warriors and one of these ranged units. Actually. Oh well, for now, I will have him recruit a couple of these Juggernaut cannons. If we're going to be sieging Snake Gate, I want some artillery.
Cathay must prosper, always.
Favored daughter.
Meanwhile, over here, what I want to do is I want to grab this. Oh no, wrong one. I want to grab this so we can get Harmony.
Magistrate
Our
reporting.
caravan has 2 skill points. We'll put 1 into Will of the Dragons, 1 into Tactician.
Surely a gift from the dragons.
How many turns do we have until the end of the act? 13 turns. Okay, yeah, we're actually a little ahead of schedule for where I'm normally at. So we'll bring him over
Downtime
this
is not
way.
sacred, but perhaps it should be.
And we'll bring Miao Ying this
Miao
way.
Ying.
That should put us in range to attack Snake Gate next turn.
When war is done, I shall build sand.
And we'll move on. Alright. I'm gonna head to the bathroom real quick. I will be right back, folks. Ooh. Oh, okay. Oh, they sallied out. Okay, well, what I can do is retreat. Oh, I'm gonna take that decisive defeat. Oh, well.
Is upon us.
Alright, end of the rebellion, the rebel lords of Nanyang. Nanyang sacrificed everything to challenge the dragons. Hang Chen sacrificed everything to challenge the dragons. He was indeed exceptionally brave and skilled, but this man, deceived by the conspiracy, ultimately found it difficult to stir a greater revolution. The nobles under the king of Nanyang have already scattered, but we still need to handle their leader with caution. So you're given a few options. You can either confederate the leader, you can send the character to another Cathayan faction, you can imprison him and get a bunch of money and a happy populace, or you can have him executed, which gives you a bunch of items. I want to collect these characters at some point, but I also don't want the penalty. So I'm going to banish him to the frontier. This is one of the better dilemmas you can get. So we'll read it out here. Weijin, the jewel crown of the Celestial Empire, the location of the Wujing Compass. Wujing? It doesn't matter. In the palace of the Dragon Emperor in the mortal world, in front of the Hall of the Six Ministries, red-robed officials gather in great numbers, and the crisp sound of ivory tablets of the Grand Secretariat resonate, moving the whole world within the borders. Outside the Celestial Gate, the dust of the 72 postal routes never clears. The Imperial convoys, or envoys, of the capital travel between various places. Just the Celestial Throne controls over the lands remaining unbroken and uninterrupted. When the golden seal embossed with the Dragon Emperor's mark arrived this morning, a group of Dragon Guards accompanied the Imperial envoy into the capital, from the capital into your palace. The games within the Celestial Empire have always been shrouded in mystery. The Imperial envoy descending from the Celestial City is much like a thread hanging over the heavens themselves. If one places their pieces correctly amidst the entanglements, they can leverage the immense power of the Celestial Court. When you're in alliance with the Celestial, regularly visit, you can exchange diplomatic relations for their assistance. Okay, so this means that this will actually happen more often. That's good to know. You do lose some relationship with the faction for a bit, but you gain pretty powerful bonuses. My personal favorite, Pledge to War. You get upkeep bonuses, Lord Recruit rank, and unit experience. These are all good. You can pledge to peace, which gives you bonus relationships with most factions, trade income, produce more resources, and better sale of your cargo. But you have to really time it with your cargo sales, so it's not always the best option. Pledge to Prosperity gives you better growth, income, replenishment, and defensive resources. Great if you're dealing with a lot of attacks or just want to grow your provinces. Of course, you could send money, gets you a better relationship with the Celestial Loyalists. You actually get to double dip with that, because you get 80 from the tribute with the Loyalists, as well as the 40 from the actual dilemma itself. I'm going to suggest you take Pledge of War to begin with. Or it's what I would do if you were in a bad position. If Pome is taken by the Zechian forces, take Pledge to War. If not, take the Pledge to Prosperity. Now is the time to actually start growing your provinces and building the backbone of your economy while you're in a good position. Of course, yes, you do take the hit with the Celestial Loyalists.
Attention!
But not enough to really hurt you. See, it only brings us down to 38. Not a big deal.
Approach and make your...
Another thing you should start doing, start getting your trade agreements with your Cathayan factions. Some of them you're going to want to, of course, confederate later.
On behalf of my great...
But you're also just going to want to, again, build the backbone of that economy.
I am busy with my alchemy.
If apes together strong, so are dragons.
We must bring order to disorder.
Taking a look at our warring Celestial Empire, we've actually gotten up to the second tier now, the 26% support to 50% support. This is where you start losing some of the benefits, losing some of the debuffs and start seeing your buffs coming in. This is done mostly through vassals, alliances, or conquering terrain. The more terrain you have united in Cathay, the better it is.
Where is the promised unity?
Harmony above all.
Warden of the
We were going to take
Bastion.
Snake Gate, but instead we're going to take Hargroth over here and try to wipe him out. Because if he's not at the gate, it's going to be very easy to take it later. Here's where we get to see some these new forces. Step Heavy Warriors. Not quite as strong as Chaos Warriors, but definitely not slouches. They've got Expendable and Frenzy. Over here, you've got the Steppe Warriors. Also got Expendable. Not the best, but they also act as decent melee units, too. Horse Archers. Chaos Warriors already have these. Not much to say. They're not too much better. And, of course, Chaos War Beasts. Yeah, that's all there is to say. Let's begin the battle. Ooh, okay, let's switch playlists now. There we go. Oh man, it's already been 3 hours. Very nice. Do I want to do... Yeah, we'll probably do 4 hours today. Let this serve as our little bit of a prologue. Besides, we're almost at a good point to end for the day anyways. So we'll probably take Snake Gate, end off the stream for today, and then to Wednesday night, we'll continue from there.
Warrior crossbows!
Warriors!
Stone and steel! Minds as one!
Oops, you're not supposed to be there. You're supposed to be there.
Shenyan's faithful! Archers!
Wind and fire!
Warriors!
Zhang Yang's faithful!
Peasant archers!
Defenders of Cathay!
Dragon crossbows!
Defenders of Cathay!
Okay, perfect. That
Jade
works.
crossbows! Stone and steel!
Jade warriors!
Minds as one!
Let's spread the boys out.
Praise the dragons! Order and balance! Peasant archers!
Pull back. Miao Ying near the front.
Master of
I want
Azir.
him near the front as well.
Never conquered!
Luckily, the battle is in a choke point. So we're not even going to bother leaving that up front. Enemy will come to us through the choke here. We'll pull that this way. Oh wow, that lord did not last very long.
Wind and fire!
If we set that up like that, that should hold their enemy, not their enemies, my enemies in place. Can you tell I didn't do a lot of public speaking as a kid?
Dragon guard!
I'm not very good at
Thoughts
it.
in harmony!
But I practice every day with you guys, so thanks for that.
Thoughts in harmony! Mage of the Celestial Court! Celestial splendor!
Honestly, I have to say, streaming has been nothing but a net positive for me. And I'm glad that I started doing it. I know I've probably said it a couple of times, but the more I think about it, the more I'm happy with how it's turned out so far. I mean, it's only 3 months in. There's lots more on this journey to go. Oh, that reminds me. Might as well state this announcement now since it's going to be in the post later this week. Saturdays, for the time being, are no longer going to be the mod one-offs. Those are going to be moved into the middle of the week to break up the larger campaigns. Instead, Saturdays from now on are going to be Space Marine Saturdays. So we'll be playing Space Marine 2 and maybe even do Space Marine 1 at one point. We'll see. Because I've been really enjoying doing Space Marine on the weekends, so. Hope you folks are looking forward to that. Oh, and starting in October, some Wednesdays we will not have streams, because I'm getting back into playing Warhammer again, and that's going to be pretty much every Wednesday night. So if I'm working that day, there just won't be a Total War stream that day.
The evil must be kept in check.
But I do need to get out of the house and start
storm
talking to people
dragon.
again instead of streaming every day.
I
And work
stand
doesn't
apart.
count.
The celestial Miao Ying. I do what is necessary.
Again, this will all be in post later for anybody who misses it.
Miao Ying.
Yeah, so we can do that. We'll bring him over this way so we can
saw upon
add those to the army
triumphant
next turn.
winds. Favored daughter.
And 4 turns so we can get another set of those. Okay. Looking at our map here, yeah, we're doing pretty well. It probably won't be too long till they take that and finish that. These guys should be able to handle those fine enough. So yeah, let's move on to the next and probably last turn of for today.
Through me, you have the Celestial Emperor's favor.
They want us to join their war, but we're not going to do that yet. Especially since they seem to be doing fine on their own. No point in sending my men to die in their conflicts yet. The song of little Joe. She's not the girl I used to know. Forever screaming all the day and night.
The burning wind.
Oh, I love me some Spandau Ballet. Oh boy, the peasant uprising. I forgot about this. The salty, fishy sea breeze carrying the scent of scorched earth swept the whales of the people of Grand Cathay from the depths of the Black Ark. The red-blue banners rose from the ruins, spreading across the 6 counties of the eastern rivers. The Sea Dragon's fleet roams through the turbulent waves. The battering ram of their ships easily tear through the sea, yet they are unable to stop the phantoms seeping from the reefs. Every time the crescent moon sets in the west, sharp-eared invaders carrying chains studded with barbs climb the cliffs and throw torches into the granaries, the flames consuming the thatched roofs faster than the tide. Amidst the sound of shackles clanking on the abducted commoners, the Moonlight sect, which once traveled among the disaster-stricken lands to save lives and provide aid, has been forged into a weapon that strikes fear into the hearts of dark elves. Zhao Qi, bathed in moonlight, stands with tens of thousands of righteous soldiers behind her, shining amongst the crescent moon. The dark elves would see that single spark can start a prairie fire. Mandated by the people, a peasant uprising will rise up in the provinces of the eastern rivers. So this is basically, you're going to get a peasant army to fight a bunch of dark elves alongside some of some eastern forces. Not much more to say about that. We might not see that today, unfortunately, but it'll definitely be in Wednesday's episode. Oh, we got the Griffin Legion Lance from going to Erengrad. Gift from the Griffin Legion, famed for selling their might around the world. Very cool. On top of that, we can start sending our next caravan out. We need to send one through the Haunted Forest, so we probably have to send one to Camry. Western Idealist. This one starts with a lot of Western units and gives you diplomatic relations with all of these factions. It's really nice. But you have no Cathayan units. So be wary of that. If you want to go down your red line, you can't do it because you have no Cathayan units. But you do start with 2 Silvern Guard, 2 Shadow Walkers, 2 Amethyst Ironsides, 2 Ice Guard with Glaives, 2 of these fuckers. Any of you who remember my Chaos campaign remember how much of a pain in the ass these are. And 2 Marienburg, what are they called? Amethyst Land Ships. So yeah, we're gonna go with the Western Idealist. Just for all these awesome units, just to have some fun with them. We'll send that to Kemri. 7 turns, let's dispatch.
Hot as dragon's breath!
Storm Dragon.
We take the Snake Gate. So, they did ally with the Chaos Dwarves. And they've got a couple of Chaos Dwarf warriors. For those of you who remember the Chaos Dwarf campaign, you know how strong those guys actually are. Unfortunately for them, our backup has finally arrived. No, it hasn't. Retreat.
Might of the Storm.
We will pull back a bit.
On guard. Advance.
The unit we will be giving up for this is one of our... No, we'll give up a set of peasant archers.
The Storm Dragon.
There we go.
Suffer the tempest.
So we have to move him just outside of the control.
Indeed.
There we go.
Witness my power.
And now he's just within reinforcement range without setting off the Bastion. And before we move forward, we'll take a look over here, see if there's anything we can get. No. He can turn his attention to fighting the orcs over here now. Very good. And we're still waiting on Nangao. Oh well.
For Nangao.
Alright. Onward to victory! Give it up, baby, give it up. No. Yeah, no, I'm not feeling this. Where is it? Alright, there we go. So they do start off with a decent number of Chaos Warriors, which is always a pain. But they also have, like, no ranged units to fight back against us with. So, what we'll do is we'll take our units. The range on those is 350. So we will need to put a couple of guys in front to distract the enemy, or to take the walls. Put one of these over here, one of these over here, and we'll have them shoot at the towers.
Dragon God!
The Celestial Faithful!
Even the nights are bad.
Minds as one!
Now that we're here today.
Master of Tempest.
It was a good thing we got this guy on
Our minds are divided!
this, because having those extra spells is just...
Ready
For
as
the
always.
immortal dragon!
When someone you love
Dragon God!
speaks and yet
Warrior
even the
crossbows.
nights are bad since I found you. Oh, I accidentally pressed channel magic. Oh, no. I mean, it didn't knock us down to 0, so that could be worse. Fire on that. Fire on that.
Order!
Long spears! Bringing harmony!
Marching as one!
Not immediately!
Dragon crossbow! The Celestial Faithful!
Bring Miao Ying up. Bring this one to about
Offsetting
here.
out.
Bring him to about
Show the
here.
way!
How is it doing against those towers? Not the best.
Order and the balance! Thoughts in harmony!
Minds as one! Guided
We'll
by
bring that
ancestors!
over this way. What we can do is we can put actually our ancestral units into the enemy's backline. Or put them into their only ranged unit. Because I am nothing if not merciful. And there's no greater mercy than sending you to your gods.
My elixirs are ready. Storm of metal. March for the Emperor.
What I can do is I can launch that about here.
Celestial Splendor!
3, 2, 1. Did hit my own troops a little bit. Oh well.
The Storm Dragon.
We'll probably want to drop that over here.
Senor, guide me.
Have him join up front over here. Oh, we already took the walls, so we don't even need to use our juggernauts like that. So we can bring them up.
The Celestial Faithful!
Dragon God! It pleases the dragons! This way!
Believe it or not, I'm walking around.
The storm winds blow. The Celestial Daughter.
Believe it or not, it's just me.
So be it.
Seeking Cathay's foes!
Let's see. We'll drop that over there. Then we'll drop that over there.
Roar of heaven!
And that should certainly buy us some space and time. Might hit my own troops a little bit. Just a little bit. A little more than I would have liked.
Behold, Nasia's might!
probably take the walls very soon. We bring these over here.
Seeking advantage! There must be order!
Drop that over there. Might hit my own troops, but not enough to where it's going to be a problem. We'll send our dragon this way. Oh yeah, we did enough. I completely forgot I had those. Believe it or not, I'm walking away. I thought I could feel so free.
Almost what Zheng Yang sends us!
Ooh, those Cathay warriors taking a bit of a beating. Luckily, I have backup for them. And by backup, I mean magic. The solution is always magic. Pull them out. In fact, if we turn her out of dragon form, we can do that with a less of a chance of hitting her as well.
Good. Now defend it.
Did pretty well. And let's take a look at our losses. Not bad. Not bad at all. Have a drink for two. And then I go and spoil it all by saying something stupid like I love you.
It has the honor of joining.
Alrighty, there we go. Captured the north gates. Now, with the Bastion under our control, we have two options, but we'll of course read through the text first. Miao Ying brushes the broken walls of the Great Bastion. Since the Civil War began, she had only missed a single moment, and this fortress, which she had painstakingly built, had already become no different from a ruin. A sense of helplessness surged within her. Father, why did you leave us here alone? This is too difficult. Miao Ying did not meet Yi Qing until she reached the outer borders. This young man, who had already joined the ranks of the Jade Dragon's four greats at such a young age, had helped a great deal in the battle on the steppes. However, she still disliked seeing Yuan Bo's pieces placed on her own chessboard. Jade Dragon already held two critical positions, yet it would seem he would never be satisfied. Upon seeing the Storm Dragon, Yi Qing and his troops immediately knelt in respect. This pleased Miao Ying, for at least they were not like the aristocratic clans inside the borders, who, thinking themselves all-powerful, still couldn't put aside their petty airs before the Imperial Dragons. Okay. Rise, all of you. I thank you for your efforts in protecting the Great Bastion. While I was preoccupied with other matters, the kneeling generals sighed in relief and slowly rose, though they still dared not to raise their eyes to meet Miao Ying's beautiful face. This is not like the Jade Court, where there are so many rules. As long as you have not failed in your duties, there is no need to be so formal. Thank you, Supreme Matriarch. I have come here to take over the military affairs of the Great Bastion. Previously, I gave you leave to manage the defense yourselves, but from now on, each of you will follow the command of my troops. The poor mortal soldiers exchanged glances, looking like ignorant children, punished for a mistake they didn't even realize they'd made. They were lost and helpless. Supreme Matriarch, you may speak more frankly. Though we are generals of the Jade Court, we are also Imperial Wardens. We all share the responsibility for the Great Bastion's safety. If the orders of the Imperial Dragons are given, we will follow them. But now that the northern battles are frequent, my lord, you intend to crush both your enemies and ignore your loyal subordinates. That is flawed strategy. I, as a humble soldier, dare to speak these harsh words. That is a flawed strategy, not flawless. Okay. The matters of the nation cannot be ignored, and I must speak up. Yi Qing's voice broke the tense silence, but it was only made the others even more pale. For even as a member of the Four Greats, it was not appropriate to speak so boldly before the Imperial family. Miao Ying couldn't help but laugh out loud. She hadn't expected such courage from this mortal. Do not worry. What you have said... Do not worry about what you have said. I will consider it carefully. So, you can vassalize, or you can take the money and keep the military alliance. Honestly, it doesn't really matter which one you do. The money is nice, but you already have so much, I'd assume direct control. It also means that they will no longer be at war with the Ziqian faction. It also means the Ziqian faction is less likely to declare war at you because you have more military force at your disposal. Of course, you also get the tribute factor as well. Of course, since they only really control the bastions, it's not the best, but it's worth having.
The Storm Dragon.
Now is also a good time to grab the Reinforced Bastion skill. You see, one of Miao Ying's already existent abilities, I think it's part of her faction ability over here, is a 20% bonus to the construction cost of Great Bastion buildings. If you combine that with her Reinforced Bastion ability, you massively increase your ability to reinforce your control over the north. You can take the Bastion Watch Mask, and then you'll want to start getting buildings for building your army. So you can start sending them out north to start conquering territory. So there are quite a few landmarks up north you're going to want. Coming back down over here, I would suggest grabbing the base military building and then grabbing the one for artillery when you get up to tier 3.
The Lord Magistrate stands ready.
Meanwhile, over here, get Route Marcher. Over
Warden
here,
of
grab your
the
next
Great Bastion.
mainline buff, or personal buff, for diplomatic relations with all factions and better allegiance points.
Miao Ying.
Over here, just keep going down your magic line. And for your caravan, I mean, you can grab the red line for this one.
Surely a gift from the dragons.
Even if the red line isn't, you know, the best. An important thing to note is your base level units, the non-provincial ones, can still get the military promotions, which can help them compete with their regional variety, but isn't exactly necessary. Was there anything else we needed to do? We can start grabbing this. We're gonna go with growth instead of corruption.
Schematics from Nankao.
We've got a commandment over here. Actually, before you grab any of these... No, actually, yeah, you can still grab these. Grab the upkeep one. You're also going to want the growth and, of course, the construction costs. Might as well take as much of a bonus to that as you can so you don't have to pay to build these up as quickly.
Dragon's Acolyte.
And yeah. I can't think of anything else we need to do this turn. It does give us the offer to start building outposts finally, and I absolutely would suggest doing it now. You know what? It doesn't matter where you put them, but I would suggest the Dragon Gate. And now you can start getting allied units. And with your buffs to getting, of course, your allegiance and the like, you are going to be able to very quickly build up some nice units from your allies. And that's really it for what I'd like to consider the prologue for Miao Ying. You've defeated your main enemies, you've secured the Bastion, now you can start heading north and dealing with the various threats. So, we'll run the end turn, of course, see what happens at the beginning of the next one, and from there we'll say our goodbyes. So let's run that end turn, baby. Let's see what you folks can get excited for Wednesday.
You caught death by meeting me.
Let me guess, you want peace? No. Mission successful. Alrighty. The Yellow Wind Sage. Subduing the monsters. This one is really long. It's basically just saying a Skaven who learned to be good from spending time in Cathay. Transfer them to another court. You can get them later. The Great Bastion, magnificent defense line stretching across the northern border. So, you can instantly upgrade all 3 gates to their next possible levels. You want to do this. The cost might seem great, but it is absolutely worth it. Especially since, you know, you're already not paying that much to begin
I
with
stand apart.
for buildings.
Ready to defend.
So yeah.
Heat undermines our
So the Crag have started a major assault. Luckily,
It benefits the Empire.
all of these are really well upgraded.
Favored daughter.
So, next time, we begin to head north to put down the Chaos Forces. In our northern expedition, we also have a peasant uprising to eventually deal with, as well as helping our friends, allies, and brothers secure our central provinces. I want to thank everybody who came out today and spent some time with me. You folks have been fantastic as an audience as always. If you enjoyed, feel free to leave a like. Lets me know you folks continue to enjoy this content. If you want to keep up with these streams, you can always leave a subscribe. That way you'll be notified when the next streams are going to happen, from our Skyrim ones to our Total War, and to our recently started Space Marine streams. Yeah, I think that's it. Again, thanks to everybody who showed up. And I hope to see you guys on Wednesday for the next Total War stream, or maybe tomorrow if you're interested in Elder Scrolls. Take care and have yourselves a good one, folks. Bye-bye.